whilst I didn't intend for it to be today, it ended up being a very carefree, playful, I wouldn't say not focused, but yeah, I wasn't as present as I maybe should have been, could have been, and wanted to be and planned to be, because I know exactly what I wanted to achieve today. I knew exactly what I wanted to get done. I had a very clear idea as to what I was excited to do. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances prior to the gym, I found myself in conversation that kind of just took my mind away from the gym on the phone. And then during my warm-up at the gym, I found myself again in conversation with a friend at the gym. Shout out Tom, by the way. He fucking done me a solid in making me some wedges, which actually laid the foundation for everything that I ended up doing. And he has no idea like how much I appreciate that and how useful this shit's going to be to me. But yeah, so I didn't warm up as focused as I would have liked, and then I slowly got into my workout. And then I knew that because because I spent so much time prior to the gym just literally in the car park on the phone, I was gonna have to work a little bit quicker today, and I was gonna have to do a little bit less than I wanted to do, which, to be quite frank, doesn't really get me frustrated or down at all anymore like it used to. It used to really frustrate me. But now, as I get a clearer idea of the bigger picture and understand that I'm going to be here tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, so on and so forth, there's no rush. Whilst, yes, I would still like every single day to be hard work and focused. Like, there's no rush. I've got a whole lifetime to do this. And if I achieve my goal of living to 150, then I've got 125 years to do this shit. So that put me in a real state of calm and just allowed me to keep playing and keep messing around, and just really and truly I was just playing with the wedges and the foot wedges, not wedges, as in like little chips. So I just got playing around with them, seeing what feels good, what felt not so good. And I got under the squat rack for the first time in God knows how long, and played with that and just connected with my body, really. I was really focused on how I felt and how my hip was feeling under the wedges and so on and so forth, which was nice. That's the best way I could explain this session. It was nice. It wasn't hard work. It was very range of movement focused. Everything I did was pretty range of movement heavy, and I didn't do much at all. I don't feel taxed. I don't feel worked really at all. I feel very ready to go walk the dog now, take him to the beach. And that's all right. That's kind of a point I was trying to get across in one of my most contentious videos, which I was talking to my best mate about, because he's not a believer in training every day, but he understands the sentiment. And this day is a perfect example of what I was trying to get across, really. It's like, okay, cool, I've been going hard for a few days now. So this day isn't the end of the world, but my momentum is intact. My habit is intact. Everything good about training that you don't get from training hard, I still earned today. I still won that today. Now, me personally, because I have a dog, walking isn't really something that I consider exercise. It's a necessity. I go and I walk every day. Myself and my dog, I do it for the both of us. So that's not really enough to me, which is why I feel the need to train every day. However, I'm sure there will come a period during this program where I don't know. I'm somebody who, throughout my life, I've had so many hobbies, from football to ice skating to climbing to grappling to now kickboxing, or less so right in this moment, but kickboxing. Like, I've always been into sports a lot. And I know for a fact that there's going to come a day during this program where I'm not going to resistance train and I'm going to do one of those hobbies, and that's fine. Because the whole point is to train every day, to exercise every day, to move every day, get your heart rate up, get something moving, get your joints warm and lubricated, and tell your body that you want to use it. Because interestingly, I saw a video from Jordan Peterson the other day, and he was talking about all these brain games that we've been fed our whole lives. I remember being a kid and being told about brain games, and oh yeah, they're so good, they increase your IQ and la. And in this video, he literally debunked it, saying that all these games, for however many years they've been shoved in our face, have all been a test, and none of them have actually been scientifically proven to work. And once we hit 25 as a human being, our capacity for intelligence starts to decline quite dramatically. And there's only one thing that stops that decline, and has been he claims has been scientifically proven to stop that decline, and that is exercise. Plain and simply, exercise. And to me, that spoke volumes, because I like to look at things very simply. And combining that idea with the knees over toes idea of using your knees and your joints to full range of motion, and how that is the best way to stimulate synovial fluid, because you are literally telling your body, yes, I still want to use this joint in this range of motion, which is kind of why it goes against, like, it's partly reason why I don't really believe in rest. Anyway, so the whole idea that your intelligence declines at 25, but the only way to avoid that is exercise, it's exactly the same thing to me. You're communicating to your body, and your brain being the fucking most important part, arguably, along with your fucking heart and everything's equally important. Anyway, I digress. You're literally telling your mind, your brain, I still want to use you. Why? Because I'm using my body. That makes so much sense to me. I'm using my body every day. I'm using my body fairly strenuously, fairly vigorously every day. That tells your brain, oh shit, or that tells your body that, oh shit, okay, cool, we still want to use our brain to a high capacity. We still want to use everything to a high capacity. So let's flood it and create everything that's needed in order to use it to a high capacity. You do that every day for the rest of your life, and you're living pretty good. That goes along with this video that I was watching from Squat University not so long ago, and he was talking about this 55-year-old or 75-year-old man squatting 200 kilos. But I can't even squat 200 kilos. I was in awe of this man. 75 years old, squatting 200 kilos. He started lifting at 55 years old, and they measured his bone density, and holy shit, it was like 3 times higher than the average 75-year-old, or something ridiculous like that. Most 75-year-olds come in at, I don't understand the metrics, I'm not even going to try to, but it was 2.7, and he measured in at 5.7 or something ridiculous like that. Like, we have to use this shit. We have to use this physical machine, this biological machine that we've been blessed with, in order to communicate to it that we still want it to work, and we want it to work whilst we enter the periods of our life where it's natural for us to start regressing in certain areas. So use it. And don't be ashamed to use it lightly. Just get in the habit of using it. See you tomorrow.